evening, everybody, and welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, where it finished Villa 1. No, other way around. Forest 1. We were at home, yeah?
We were.
Did you do a watch along?
Take 2. Forest 1, Villa 1. And I think it was a really good point, but let's see what the boys have to say as well. Make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you check out OK Jerseys, where you can get your shirts for £15 and you get 8% off with code FFTV. The link is in the chat for you guys. Boys, I'm in a good mood, man. I've been watching a few Spurs streams and their meltdown as I predicted as soon as they hit 18th and everything else. And yeah, if the only thing that's put me in bad mood is I kind of want Man U to win 2-0 tonight, and I don't want to publicly admit to that. But anyway, back to the Forest. What are you saying?
Right. So I'm just collecting my thoughts.
Cute to talk.
Yeah, I know it is.
Normally
I let the side down again. Absolutely delighted with the point. I think a lot of us, I know I said that 4 points out of Villa and Burnley and I'd be a happy man. So we've done the odd bit, really. We could have got all 3, but so could they. So I'm not going to complain about, not getting the 3 points. And at the end of the day, people forget. In fact, I'm guilty of it myself, really. The Villa are actually 4th in the table. You know what I mean? We're not playing some scumbaggers from the 3rd division. We're playing a team that's 3rd in the Premier League. So, credit where it's due to them. I thought the first half, there were a few players off it. I would personally pick out Murillo, Sangare, Hudson-Odoi. I think that those 3 players weren't a net positive at the end of the first half. There were others as well, but I don't want to go through the whole team necessarily.
Right.
Now, I've got to be honest with you guys. Down at the ground, I mean, the goal was literally in front of us. I went with Rob, so he was sat next to me. It was literally, we were right on top of it almost. And and I've not seen it since, so I may be wrong here, but my initial thought was, how did that ball get past Sells? That was my initial thought. Now, you can correct me, because I say, believe it or not, I've not actually seen it since. But it just seemed to be very close to that near post and go right across it. So I'm questioning Sells on that one a little bit, although I might be being unfair. Apart from that, by the way, Sells was magnificent. He pulled out a couple of absolute stunners. It's really good to see him back. And with having Ortega as the backup, we've got 2 goalkeepers. I think we can all feel confidence in both of them, which is great. Neco was absolutely magnificent. Quite rightly, man of the match down the ground, man of the match on the player ratings. And yes, he was man of the match. He was fantastic. He had 3 shots, almost all of them identical. One of them went in, and the other 2, could have gone in.
Sky gave it to Gibbs White.
No.
Who did?
Sky.
What?
Sky did.
Oh, sorry, it's a joke. Sorry, yes. Sorry. Yeah, you got me there. So yeah, all in all, I'm quite pleased. Looking forward to to the upcoming week. Obviously, it was made better by the fact that as I got out of the ground and looked at my phone, it said Sunderland 1, Tottenham 0, even though they were still playing. It was it made it a good week for us. I mean, obviously West Ham came back a little bit, but we've only got to finish above Tottenham and we'll be fine. So I'll pass it on now. Ben's looking very cool, very
brown,
looking good, looking tanned. I don't know if you want to go Rob. I mean, I know you've got a few points you want to labour.
Well, no, I mean, Crypto, did you see the game? I'm going to go on for a bit, so you guys go first.
Oh, God.
I saw bits and bobs of it. I mean, I thought the goal was brilliant. And like you say, Neco Williams was fantastic. Definitely a man of the match performance. Were you trolling about Morgan Gibbs White? because there's
Yeah,
no
he
way.
was.
There's no way he.
He's
right the
I'm a
last
bit
two
slow
games.
today. We clicked in after about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say Morgan was right the last two games. That I thought in the Porto game as well, he wasn't particularly brilliant. But Neco was fantastic, and I thought his goal was great. To be honest, like we were sat here a few weeks ago saying that we're crap at home games, so to pick up a point against Villa, I don't think is too bad. And obviously West Ham won, but for me, Spurs are still going down. And I know Rob doesn't agree with that. But I think Spurs are going down. I don't think we've got to worry anymore. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. I think we'll pick up points away on the road. I think we're all good. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Not too pleased with Chris Wood's return, but I wasn't really expecting too much anyway.
Sorry to interrupt, man. There's a couple of people asking why wasn't Neco Williams' goal VAR?
I want to come to that.
Because the whistle got blown. So it kills it. Yeah. But sorry, go on, Ben.
Yeah. But I mean, the question to that. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Go on.
Yeah, that's just a quick summary for me. Like I say, I'm abroad, so I only saw parts of the games. Obviously, saw the goal and stuff. Feeling kind of sad for Murillo scoring another own goal, but it is what it is. At least we're getting goals on the score sheet. So, but no, overall, I thought it was a good performance. I do look like I'm somebody from GTA. That's the camera on my laptop. I look like a pixelated character.
He is abroad.
I'm abroad. Yeah, a Brit abroad. But yeah, no, look, I think overall a point against Villa at home, I don't think if you'd said that before the match, I think most people would have taken it. So onwards and upwards from here. I'm not scared. I think we'll be fine this season, and I still think we can win the Europa League. Yeah,
especially after yesterday's result. You know, it shows you that Villa. I mean, what I didn't say in my little bit that I didn't think Villa were anything special at all. I know I pointed out they were fourth in the table, but my goodness me, it must be a poor league if they're fourth. I mean,
they did drop off, didn't they? Because the first half of the season they were amazing. The only thing that annoyed me slightly, and I won't talk about it because it's not relevant to this game, but Vítor Pereira surely has got to pick his strongest team to play Porto. Like, why is he picking a B team?
Thing is, I don't think he will. You know,
well, you talk about this Thursday or last Thursday.
The recent Porto match where we started people like
watch the goal stream.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. So he best field a full team when Porto come to us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm an idiot. Good try. Good try. Go on, Rob.
Well, I mean,
just before Rob jumps in, so I don't want to. No, I'm not going to interrupt you, Rob. But I know
I was expecting you to go on longer.
Well, that was the quickest interruption ever. Having said I won't interrupt you, but I just wanted to point out something. Vítor Pereira, I'm not sure about the guy. He's doing okay. I've got no major issues with him. I'm just not sure whether he's the guy because I felt we needed some changes at half time. I thought we were that point in the first half. I thought we needed changes at half time.
Needed them after about 25 minutes.
Should have been on because Jesus contributed nothing yesterday, and the fans themselves. You know, when he first came and it was going down all the time, apparently being fouled. The fans were, you know, now it's like get up. You know, they've had enough of it. They've had enough of his theatrics. He's got to stay on his feet, and we needed Chris Wood yesterday. Igor Jesus was no goal threat whatsoever. I mean, he was clean through at one point and just kicked it straight over the bar. There's no excuse for that.
Well, Villa twice, didn't they? Villa shanked it over the bar twice, just as bad.
Yeah. But I don't care about them. I care about Israel.
Do you think there's some mist, rolling in at the City ground and players just either team now can't see the goal, man, because they missed.
That's what it must be, because it wasn't the greatest display of marksmanship yesterday. By the way, one of the guys that met me yesterday. I met DJ Tone yesterday. I must give him a shout out. Nice to meet him. But the guy that was in a seat near me, he was saying, "Get on that pitch, and I believe you."
20 goals a season. 20 goals a season.
No, what I said was if I was given 99, What I said was, if I
Wait,
was
Rob,
given
is this true? You were
99
next to him. He can't make crap up now.
No, this must have happened
and he
before,
said,
mate.
you're absolutely right, and of course you'd score. 99 shots, you're saying I wouldn't score at least 5. Come on. Anyway,
I said 20.
The other day.
There's no way you'd
It's the
score
longest
5
interruption
goals in
ever.
the Premier League. I know, yeah. I
What,
was
from
just going to say,
99 from 99 effort. My problem is, I keep saying it, is I can't get into those positions because my legs won't get me there. But you put me in those positions, I will score.
And you wouldn't even make it on the pitch. I was going to say in response to your question,
I would. You could wheel me on the pitch. I could stand up in the position as necessary. Ball comes to me, bang, back of the net.
Not many managers this season, if any, have been great with substitutions. I don't think.
No.
I know you call it that.
In fact, generally speaking, managers aren't good with substitutions. The best manager ever for substitutions was Brian Clough. He never made any. He says, I put them out there today. That's my fault.
You only had one sub in those days. You had to keep them in case somebody actually broke their leg.
But he took Stevie Hodge off against QPR and he didn't even bother putting a sub on. Because we didn't need to. Seriously. That's damn true.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
All right, go on, Rob.
Well,
you were interrupted after that for about 10 minutes. Go
saying that, just to remind everybody what an intensely uncomfortable experience is watching Forest at the City Ground this season. So few wins,
or just in general.
And so few.
See, I was going to say sitting next to me, you mean, but I thought no, because I said I wouldn't.
No, I mean there were a couple of real heart in mouth moments. I mean their goal. So about the game, their goal just came from nothing, and it was just horrible. It was horrible, and it just really deflated me. And then they nearly went 2-0 up straight after, which actually turned out to be a great piece of coming off his line by Sells. And at that point, I was thinking that was a dark moment because Villa were really pouring it on midway through the first half. And I just thought, we need to make some changes now. I thought that our midfield trio was the problem yesterday. Sangare, Anderson, and Gibbs-White were all atrocious, particularly atrocious in the first half. The rest of the team wasn't so bad. I thought that Chris Wood should have started. Igor has missed some chances there, and I also didn't think that it worked when they were both on the pitch at the same time. I think they're similar kind of player, really. Nice to try that out. Most of our attacking threat came down the left. Now, that's not to say Callum Hudson-Odoi, I don't think, touched the ball for the first 20 minutes. But then he actually came into the game and was quite influential, I thought. And what I really like is that there's been like an evolution with him. He used to score the same goal over and over again. Then opposition teams have started doubling or even tripling up on him to start him doing that. But now what that seems to do is to free up free up Neco Williams to come forward. And we worked the same shot 3 times, which is that Hudson-Odoi went off with his 2 or 3 guys chasing him and Neco was completely free. And I'm so glad that it finally resulted in a goal because I've seen them trying to work that move now. And that gives the opposition now something to think about. In terms of the other side, I felt like we really dropped off after Hutchinson went off. I felt like we offered no attacking threat in the final sort of third of the game. And I guess a point is a good result because, you know, if you find yourself looking at the clock after 80 minutes and it's 1-1, then that means that you're hoping for a 1-1. There was a real heart-in-mouth moment where Rodgers blazed over the bar after there was that loose ball. I thought that was game over there. So it could have been a lot worse. I think that we're counting our chickens a little bit too much about this Burnley game. I really do. But anyway, a couple of things I wanted to look at in detail, right? So I think the whole Forest performance, whether we're attacking and dominating or whether we're completely on the back foot, is down to just one thing, which is simply, is Morgan Gibbs-White retaining the ball? Okay, so we had 4 or 5 attacks in a row where he just lost the ball and immediately we're backpedaling, clearing it off the line or whatever, But if he's connecting his passes, we're on top. And it just worries me that the whole ebb and flow of the game seems to be based on whether he's doing his tricks and flicks or whether he's actually connecting his passes.
Can I interrupt you on that, Rob?
Yeah.
Because if the house will give way.
Yeah, sure.
Morgan gives. We've said this about MGW before. He is the most consistently inconsistent player ever. Like he has spells of. I thought he's been quite good this season for maybe 6 or 7 games, and then he goes back to being Mr. Inconsistent. And when it's such a crucial position in that midfield and the way he can impact the team and the game, it just changes absolutely everything. And this is why he frustrates me so much. And some people get on at me and say, "Oh, you've got an MGW agenda," like Chris would say. But it's because of this exact reason. The team is almost built around him. It's been the same under every manager. If he's playing well, the team plays well. If he's playing crap, then the team starts to fall apart. And I think that makes everybody frustrated.
So this is one thing I noticed yesterday. There was a couple of times where either Gibbs White or Aina or somebody else was taking the ball forward, and then something would go wrong and they'd lose it, and they'd just sort of throw their hands up in the air, sigh, look at their teammates, and meanwhile the whole team's again rushing back, dealing with some Villa counter-attack. Now, I would encourage people to go on YouTube and watch our most successful manager of all time, Brian Clough, even more successful than Sean Dyche, right? Go and watch some old games. I watched the FA Cup final from 1991 the other day, right? There's loads of old Forest footage. What you will notice about those games, and this is going back to my era when I started watching Forest, if you had a player who carried the ball, whether it was Nigel Clough or Roy Keane or Gary Parker or whoever, if someone was carrying the ball forward and they lost it, you always see that player immediately take responsibility and try to win the ball back. Yep. You lost the ball, you get it back. And that was a clear Clough managerial directive. You never heard him say 100%. It, but you can tell. And 100%. What I felt is the number of times I'm picking out Aina and Gibbs White, but they're all guilty of it a bit, apart from Saint Neco himself, right? They take the ball for it.
Hang on a second. That sounded sarcastic. I'm not letting you. No. You can't be sarcastic about Neco Williams.
And he's perfect, and he would never do this. But actually, Murillo is the biggest culprit. I don't know why I didn't think of him first. He takes the ball forward. He does these carries, and then loses the ball. He's out of position, and so you weren't there when I wanted to pass to you. Oh, you win it back. No, you must win the ball back. If you carry the ball forward and you lose it, it's your job to win it back. That doesn't mean do a Ryan Yates and just hack the guy down. But first and foremost, the person that loses the ball needs to make up for that mistake. And I think we really need to see that over the next few games. The second thing I wanted to point out, and it has already been raised, is that you must play to the whistle. Now, I know what's really frustrating is that there was an offside, which I don't think was an offside, and the referee's blown. The same thing's happened twice in a week now. So Igor Jesus scored at Porto, but what's happened is I don't know whether there was a whistle at Porto or whatever, but like he's gone in on the keeper, the ball spilled, he's carried on playing and he's put it in the net. You have to keep doing that. And I think what really frustrated me is, and they never showed a replay or whatever, but that time when Neco and Chris Wood went through, I think a flag's gone up or the whistle's gone or whatever, put it in the net. And just, I mean, they did it in a kind of sarcastic way. But the point is, right, this is a weakness of VAR. Because what I'm saying is I don't think the referee should whistle in that case.
No,
they don't normally, Rob. They don't. I don't know why. The last couple of weeks, I've seen them do it because they don't normally do it.
Because
it's
that tight, why are you raising a flag?
Yeah,
Let
I
the
know.
play go on,
Yeah.
and
then you've got that other one, which is borderline, because obviously when Watkins went through straight after they scored the first one, Watkins went through, Sells came off his line. Well, brilliant save. And then, the flag was up anyway. Then turns out on TV, it's not up. Yeah, it's not
He was
offside.
onside. They were both onside. Neco Williams was onside and Watkins was onside.
Yeah, but my point is that I feel like with both of these, what happens is either the flag goes up or they hear the whistle or whatever. So the opposition defense, they kind of stop playing. It's like the body language, like, oh, right, it's out of play now, whatever, that was offside. Don't mirror that. You just carry on with your shot and you score. Yeah, don't look like you've bought into it. You just carry on and put it in the net. Now, you used to get booked for that. You used to get booked for carrying on after the flag's gone up or after the whistle's gone. I don't care. Put it in the net straight away, not in a sarcastic way, and then let VAR review it for 10 minutes afterwards.
But Rob, I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't interrupt, but you've had a good 20 minutes.
No, that's it. That was the 2 points I wanted to make.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You lot in the comments later. I don't want to see any antlers interrupting stuff.
No, that was all I wanted to say anyway. The two things I wanted to say.
No, all I was going to say is that is the norm this season has been to let the play go, because there was that complaint about why you let it go and a player could get injured. Yeah. So that's what they were questioning. But on tight situations like both of those were, and one last week, there's no reason to do that. Just let it play out, and then you could check later. Surely that's one of the things that VAR is intended for, isn't it?
Like you said, though, Anne, it's seemingly happened more in the last few weeks. Like a conspiracy theorist may say that. Well, a conspiracy theorist may say they're not wanting to let Spurs get relegated.
Yeah, but just that comment. It says, when the whistle's gone, the play stops. Carry on and say that you didn't hear the whistle.
No, because it would still be disallowed, Rob. Yeah. The referee shouldn't blow the whistle.
What if it's a clear and obvious error?
No, but the thing is, the ref blew the whistle.
That's it. You can't go back.
The ref blew the whistle because the lineswoman lifted her flag. And by the way, she was crap. Like, this isn't a guy-girl thing, right? She was just a rubbish line.
No, it can be, mate. They are crap. Go on, carry on.
But I'm just saying, the problem was she should have held the flag until the play finished. There's been no narrative set out that that this rule has changed. And if you look at
it has.
But it can't just change secretly. The thing is,
it can. The referees can say we're going to concentrate on this now. And the referees have meetings every single week, and I'm certain that they said we've been getting complaints because we've been allowing the play to continue, and players have been getting injured. So what we've got to do now is they have to advise the clubs of that rule change. Do you know what I'm saying? They can't just decide secretly, or maybe they have. But my point is, it screwed Villa over as well, because when Sell saved it, they didn't get a corner. We got an offside free kick from it. So it's a really bad performance. And I'm not saying it's biased towards Forest or to Villa. It's just appalling. The refereeing has been shocking this season. Well, they've got to, as you've just mentioned, make this public, and so that the public aren't sitting there saying, why has he put the flag up? Surely you let him score and then you put the flag up, because that's how it's been for the last 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So it's just changed all of a sudden. So surely they should tell the public. So the public know what's going off. Look at the throw-in that was allowed that we all thought was wrong, but the rule is that you keep your foot down. As long as you keep your foot down, it's got to be the whole of your foot that's out. Well, they need to.
And I'm sorry, what is this with foul throws as well? The amount of foul throws I see in a game is ridiculous.
Game in, game out. They're not even over their heads. Surely,
I don't care about foul throws.
No, but you see it all the time, man. Like literally.
What I hate is I'm running 30 yards up the fucking pitch to take the bloody throw in. That's what pisses me off. Do you know, with free kicks, like almost 2 inches back on throw-ins, they're going up the pitch.
No, but the amount of times we lose,
and that's got to make a difference. If you're on the halfway line, it's not a danger. You go 20 yards up the pitch and throw it in, you're in an attacking position. I think they'll clamp down on it.
Mm. All right, let's get back to the game. Hey, what are you saying?
Hi, you guys sound all miserable. Has everyone had a
I'm not.
had a chance? I don't
Rob's
know.
always miserable. I was going to say, sitting next to Rob, it's like sitting next to Mr. Bloody Grim Reaper. He is such a doom merchant. Honestly, God blimey. As soon as they scored, that's it. We're going down. There's no chance.
I did not say that. I did not say that. They were all over
He did. And every time they attack, every time they pass the ball over the halfway line, that's it. They're going to score. They're going to score.
Mate, which was worse, when we were 5-0 up next to me?
Yeah, you were still grabbing all of us.
That's a tricky one.
Mate, our thought was, well, for me, it was a bonus point yesterday. And if you look at, what I want to talk about more. Say again.
Did you predict a loss on your prediction?
Yeah. I'll go on back to what I said about our home form not being something we can rely on. Although, if you got to look at the context of it, they're chasing Champions League positions and they're probably comfortable in that 4th position at least. And we're battling to stay up. So I was happy with that point. I was happy with the way it turned out. There were a couple of really outstanding performances. You've probably already mentioned Sells and Neco Williams, but I don't know if you guys mentioned this, and I was really surprised to hear this. He's not won a Premier League Man of the Match award before. And how many Man of the Match awards does he win when we do our player ratings? Pretty much every single one. He's not won.
Nico.
He's not won a Premier League Man of the Match.
He's been Forest fans player of the month for the past 3 months.
That was his first one. Yesterday.
In the ground or on TV?
No, from the Premier League. Premier League. That's the first one he's won.
I'm obsessed with Gibbs White,
which is unbelievable.
They are.
Again, he was exceptional, and the way we're playing him, getting him to take the set pieces, and he's the first one picking up the loose ball as well. It's working really well. He's the only one who seems to be able to hit the target. I think he had 4 shots on target. All of them were threatening the goal. A couple of good saves from a goalkeeper. One amazing block that was definitely going in. So he was clearly our threat yesterday. I'm not sure his set pieces were as good as they have been in other games yesterday, but I still think they're better than Anderson's at the end of the day. But there's a few poor performances. The fact is, though, it didn't cost us. I think a point yesterday was fantastic in the context of things. And looking forward to the game on Thursday, he's got no excuse not to start with the strongest lineup. So I like the way. To be fair, we would have all taken 2 draws from these last 2 games. 100%. And he's done that with rotating the players and giving key players minutes and taking other players off. So let's see if the proof is in the pudding over the next 2 games as well. Obviously, we need to get through on Thursday. And I'm expecting him to start with his strongest lineup. I'd rather get 2-3-0 up, then you can rest a couple of players, rotate a couple of players, whatever. Because obviously Sunday's
2-3-0 up.
Yeah, get 2-3-0 up, but we're capable of doing that.
We've scored another goal. That means we've got to wait another 98 shots before we get another one.
But we beat them comfortably. I know it was 2 penalties, but we did beat them comfortably 2-0 earlier on in the season. So we can do that. We are capable, though. And certainly with our strongest lineup, we should be, because I wouldn't be resting the back 4, that's for sure. Goalkeeper-wise, we've got a headache there, because I think they've both had fantastic games over the last half a dozen games, to be honest, and it's rotated really well. And I'm happy with it going forward. They're both playing competitive games. If we get through to this next round, obviously you keep Ortega in the goal for the Europa games, and you keep Sells for the league games. I don't think it's that hard of a decision to make, but it's great to see that we've got 2 really quality goalkeepers out.
Gun to your head. You can
keeping us in
one for both.
If I had to pick one, I still think overall Sells is the better. Sorry, go on.
Well, I think Sells has got good form in penalty shootout. Now, what I would say about Ortega is he seems to have this amazing aura about him where opposition penalty takers just miss the goal entirely. But I have seen Sells has pulled off some amazing saves in penalty shootouts. And I think Thursday's going to go to penalties. I would rather have Sells in goal for those. But I don't know, maybe Ortega can do his black magic again. And all 5 penalty takers will just shoot wide or hit the woodwork again.
Thing with Sells, I've never seen him save a penalty in a match.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like penalty
Yeah,
shootout.
no,
Yeah.
not like Dean. You remember Dean Henderson? He saved a few, and I think he's still
Yeah,
saved
he
several
saved
big
right
ones in
from
the
right,
goal.
didn't he? Yeah.
He's very good. He's very good at it. I'd have him in the England goal, to be fair, going forward. But anyway, that's a
So
different matter.
outside of Sells and Neco Williams, who else impressed you yesterday?
Hudson Odoi came into the game.
Can I express a concern I have? This player who is has been one of our best players, unfortunately, for the past several weeks now. It's starting to get concerning because he's not coming out of it. He's been away with England. He's had a decent break. He's been on holiday, and he was shocking yesterday. I assume you know who I mean, Anderson. I'm concerned.
I wasn't sure until you put a flag to the name, but because it could have been one of a few, man.
Well, yeah, I know, but he has been excellent, hasn't he? A revelation. But the last couple of months, this is not 1 or 2 games. This has gone on for a long time now. And as I say, I thought being away with England and having a bit of a break may have done him some good. But if yesterday's performances is anything to go on, I honestly, half time, I'd have hooked him and put Dominguez on. I really, truthfully, I would have.
They didn't show it on the highlight package, but do you remember that we were in a really good attacking position? He had options all around him, and he just blazed it over the bar.
Terrible.
It was so.
Cool.
His passing's gone awry. He's not tackling back as much as he used to. He's losing the ball regularly.
I think I know what it is, though, right? Because I think that Gibbs White and Anderson have had a lot of exposure recently. Did you notice that we were 3 out of 6 goals of the month on Match of the Day last night? Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't win it. Newcastle won it, but we were 3 out of the 6. Yeah. And I think that both Gibbs White and Anderson have had a lot of attention at the moment. And I think that Villa's midfield yesterday was excellent. And they targeted those 2 guys. They gave them no space at all. And they played
put 5 in midfield, Rob. I don't blame the guys for that.
The problem is that both Gibbs White and Anderson are guilty of the same thing, which is they stay on the ball too long and they believe their own hype. And if you press those guys and you double up on them, you give them no space, that is the secret to really unlocking our midfield. And it's a concern for me.
To be fair to the guys, they did have 5 in midfield yesterday. That's something that should have been addressed by Pereira.
Does anybody else not like Ross Barkley? I felt like he was dirty.
I don't have any ill feeling towards him.
He was dirty yesterday. He was I don't like it.
On a bit more of a positive note, guys, once he made the subs in the second half and he brought Chris Wood on, shape-wise, I really liked it. I liked...
on the opposite. I felt like once you took Hutchinson off the right-hand side, we literally had Aina on his own, and they were targeting that side. I don't know what was supposed to happen with that sort of change in formation.
Morgan Gibbs-White went out to the right. Gibbs-White went out to the right.
It didn't look like it.
Well, that's where he should have been. Because
he did, but he was anonymous.
Yeah. I mean, he was anonymous for a while. And I think you were saying, Wolfie, that he was shaking his head at being taken off. I think he was shaking his head at his own performance.
I hope so.
That he was being taken off more than anything else, just the way it came across from what I saw. But then I heard what you said, and that's not how it came across when I initially watched it. But that was the plan. He was moving out to the right. Anderson kind of pushed up just behind Jesus, but I did like it, and I did see there was a couple of times when Wood and Jesus did link up because they can both head the ball. They had somebody to flick the ball onto. That I'd like to experiment with that a little bit more. I'd like to see that on Thursday, to be honest. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the number 10 behind Chris Wood. Yeah, I'd start with Chris Wood up front.
Well, if you're putting him in the 10, I mean, we have this discussion, don't we, on a regular basis. If you're putting him in the 10, which I also think is a better 10 than he is a 9, although the bar's low, who would you replace?
So so I'd probably take off Hutchinson from that starting line yesterday. I'd have Morgan Gibbs-White on the right because I do think he's our best crosser of the ball, and I'd persist with Hudson-Odoi. I think Hudson-Odoi is still one of our big game players, and Thursday is a big game. And I'd be starting with our strongest lineup, and I think he's in our strongest lineup. As far as
amongst my half-time changes, I've mentioned I would have put Wood on for Jesus, and I would have put Dominguez on. I would have put, we were shocking in the first half, we were terrible. And players were clearly out of form. I would have put Dominguez on for Anderson, and I would have put Backward on for Hutchinson. That'd shake you
I
up a
would have
little
put
bit.
Dominguez for Sangare. I thought Sangare.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, I've been a bit blindsided because Sangare improved a hell of a lot in the second half.
He
was the worst player on the pitch in the first half.
Yeah. Oh, I know, because I had him in me tab all every 2 minutes telling me how bad he was.
I
know, Rob, I could see.
I want to talk about Hutchinson a bit because we have hyped him, we have praised him and everything. Like Rob, you were saying you thought when he came off, we lost a little something on that side. I didn't feel there was any end product from him, and I haven't felt that there has been for the last few games. Like he looks good going third 1, third 2, and then final third where he used to get to the byline and cross it in, or cut back and cross it in, or shoot. I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of
okay. He's not perfect, but he is our best option on the right by far. By far,
in your opinion.
Well, okay. Who are the other options? McAtee, Backward.
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm
talking about Hutchinson. He's our best option on the right.
Well, McAtee has kind of, I think, has put himself semi in the frame for some sort of game time. You know, the last couple of times he's played, he's been reasonable. And if somebody like Morgan Gibbs-White's having a stinker, why not try McAtee there? Why not?
I would start McAtee right now on the wing ahead of anyone else. I would just give him a run of 5 games. I reckon give him a run of 5 games, and you'll see by game 3 he breaks into his stride. I'd
rather do that. Once we're safe, let him play the last 5 games. Once we're safe,
him in a relegation fight is that if he has one bad game to start off with, nobody's going to back him to stay in the team.
Yeah, no, but as a manager, he needs to be told, look, you've been like not given much game time and all this to that. I get it. I'm now going to give you 4 to 5 games. Have a stinker, have a good game, whatever you need to do. I'm giving you that guarantee that you're playing 5 games. This is your chance to prove yourself.
You can't do that.
Why? No, and I don't think he needs to. I don't think the manager.
Absolutely shocking games. You can't give him another one. You just can't do it, especially in a relegation fight.
They let Gibbs White play on after shocking games.
Yeah, I know, but he's got aura, mate.
He's still a key player. Okay, in terms of the starting lineup, then on Thursday, I'm not making too many changes from yesterday's starting lineup.
I think you will.
The 1 or 2 that I'd make, but surely you start with your strongest team.
Mate, I agree 100%. I'd start with our strongest team.
I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he's geared up to do.
I will be really annoyed if he goes weak in this second.
He played a weak side away from home. What do you think he's going to do at home?
You can't kick the can anymore. It's going to be pretty much the same thing.
And I don't get this narrative about we're trying to throw Europe. No, we're not. He's just.
Yes, we are.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Pereira has obviously got a massive bonus for keeping us up. And he'd rather get that than the 50p.
I think there's more to it. It's like I said last time. I think that at the club there is a deep-seated fear that even if we get past Porto, we are not going to get past Villa over 2 legs.
Why would you think the club would think that?
Well, hang on. Just look at yesterday.
Hang on, guys. Rob's wrong. Let's move on. No, let's move on. That's a silly statement.
I don't think they really believe that they could win.
Why did we turn up yesterday then, Rob? We should have just given them 3 points.
Let's just give up. Let's walk off for the rest of the season.
That's
I don't know anything about that mentality, Rob. I'll be honest.
If we were looking at playing Bologna in the semi-final, they would be.
They're not trying to Villa. They're not trying to Villa.
Well, they should be because look at it. We've played them.
No, they shouldn't be. Rob, stop being a doom merchant. What I tell you, doom merchant.
I don't believe
your
fears. After yesterday, sitting next to him.
Right. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying
it is
exactly what you're saying.
I do not think that the club honestly believe they can get past Villa, and therefore they want to prioritise the league.
Incredible statement I think I've ever heard.
I know.
I expect Crypto to say that.
We probably won't be the ones in the final.
We always lose at Villa Park.
What's the point of being in any competition? Because you know you're going to have to play somebody.
All right, Rob. When was the last time Villa beat Forest at the City Ground?
Yeah, when?
Okay. Well, hang on. Either we're engaging with my point or we're just dismissing
No, we
it.
are. We
No,
are.
we're not engaging
Right.
with
Oh,
it.
we're
I'm
just
not
making
engaging.
This is not what I think. I think that the club do not
what you
believe.
think.
It is what
they
you
can-
think. You think
It is what
that
it's
the club
exactly what you
thinks,
think
therefore
that the
think.
club blah blah blah. So it is what you think. It's not what the club think. It's what
Right.
you think.
The club and I think that we cannot get past.
No,
Villa.
no,
You're
just you,
so
Rob.
bad.
Just you
Such a
think this.
politician, bro. There's nobody else. I've not heard anybody else saying that.
Does anyone
I've not
agree
heard
with Rob in
anybody
the
else
chat?
saying that.
Does anyone
Because
agree
either
with Rob?
way,
Why
I
are
said,
you now?
let me throw this back on you. If you were allowed to pick one win and one loss from the next 2 games, would you rather lose against Porto and beat
Well, that's
Burnley?
not how people
or
are thinking. Why would you?
This is an interruption, right? Would you either lose
Yeah,
against
because it's
Porto and beat
stupid.
them doing
Third
is
time lucky?
stupid point.
Would you either lose against
I
Porto
know
and
what
beat
it's gonna
Burnley, or beat Porto and lose against Burnley?
Beat Porto and lose to Burnley.
Why? Because you've
Yeah,
still
beat
then going
Porto
to
and
lose
lose
to
to
Villa in the
Burnley.
next
Yeah.
round, and we've thrown
Just
away.
say it, Ted.
Okay, I'll tell you why. If we lose to Burnley, are we relegated?
Yes.
No, it's not a
Mathematically,
win.
are we relegated?
Hell yes.
Mathematically,
It's
listen to the
stupid,
question:
Rob.
are we relegated?
Oh my god! And all these people who
You know
say
the
Rob
answer,
talks
and do you
sense.
know what my next question is going to be? If we lose to Porto, are we out of the Europa League?
For another 30 years, possibly. Come on, Rob. Book
And
up.
also, Rob, why
No.
does it always have to be this binary
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. Why can't I have? I want to be. Why can't one of the choices be? Would you rather you beat Burnley and beat Porto? Like, why can't we have that choice?
That's impossible. That's impossible. It's more than possible. I don't understand that mentality, Rob. And say that
I'll
that's
tell you,
coming from
I'll
a
tell
club.
you something,
That's-
Rob. Right?
that's
I'll be dead
ridiculous.
honest with you. Up until yesterday, all through this competition, well, once we got to the stage where we knew we'd be playing Villa in the semi-final, I've been on a bit of a downer about the Europa League because I feared
Agreeing
them.
with Rob.
Right? No. I feared them. I'm not the one going out on the pitch. I was worried about them. You know, now I've looked at their form recently. I looked at the way they played yesterday. No, I'm not scared. Don't get me wrong, it ain't going to be easy. Of course not. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we'll beat Villa over 2 legs.
Over 2 legs, absolutely.
I think both
Absolutely.
legs will be very close.
Yeah.
Right, I tell you what, if I go back over the last 4 years and I take the aggregate score of our home
I
and
don't
away
care,
games.
Rob. It's a
Will
different
you stop
competition.
interrupting
No, it's
me?
a different competition and it's a different
Stop
situation.
Finish your sentence. Will you
How
stop
many
interrupting me?
players
I know,
are in
no,
the team
because
4
I'm not
years
gonna let you
ago?
push
are
this
in the
carry
team
narrative.
on.
now?
No, Rob, I am going to interrupt you. You're pushing a really shit
Got it.
narrative, mate. I'm not going to let
Yeah.
you push that because it's a load of
Stupid.
crap. It's your negativities. You're projecting your negativities on everybody else and saying it's coming from a club as well. That's a load of crap. Biggest load of crap you come out with, man. And stop saying that
And
he's
you come
talking
out with
sense.
some crap,
in the
mate.
chat.
Right. If I go over the last 4
Ben,
years,
where
you
are you?
carry on. I'm going to go over the last 4 years and
Does that
add
make his
together
point
our
and then you
aggregate
can-
I don't
score,
care.
home
I
and
don't care
away
about
with
his point.
Villa in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and let's
And
see
let's have
if
our own
we've
conversation.
beaten them on aggregate in the last 4 years, even once.
Hold on,
And
hold
you're
on,
going
hold on,
Thursday, aren't
hold
you?
on.
Come on, you guys
Rob, are
carry
you
on
going
now. I'm
Thursday?
going to go
Okay,
see
and
my
you
research.
tell
Exactly.
me what you're just doing it in the league.
Home and away, Premier League.
Okay.
Right, can I ask
So
you a
you
serious
tell me how
question then,
many
Rob?
points you get for an aggregate score. So we beat Spurs 6-0 on aggregate this season. Did we get any more points?
Right,
Yeah.
carry on anyway. I'm
No, I've got a
Wait,
question.
when did
No,
you
I-
start?
No, I've got a logical question to ask Rob. How many
Mhm.
players in the team that played Villa 4 years ago are playing tomorrow? Will be playing in the semi-final if we get there.
Carry on. You've won. You've won by
Well,
sheer
well, it's-
fucking volume. You've
So,
won
so
by
where's the
sheer volume.
relevance?
Carry
So
on.
where
On to the
is
next
the
point.
relevance? So where is the relevance? They're totally different manager,
You
different players
happy clappers.
on both sides.
You happy
Wow.
clappers.
Wow,
Never
no.
heard
No.
Yo,
Not
big up. Where's Curtis been, man? Where's Curtis
Yeah,
been?
where
Big up
is he, man?
Curtis. He's in for a while. Hope you're good. All right, look, can we move on from this freaking crypto-like point, man? Like, seriously.
Yeah, but Curtis, couldn't we have completely
negative,
different
Rob.
energy also?
Yeah.
Is that not feasible, or are we just shit and Villa are going to roll over us?
I don't think they're confident coming.
Yo, the crowd's against you, Rob. Big up Chris with the £2. He's saying FFS, please dump Rob for tonight.
The best
I mean,
£2 you're giving
It makes
us,
me
mate.
sound like I'm going out with him, but thank you for the £2, Chris. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just think the Burnley game's far more important. That's all.
Okay,
But-
you can say that. Why
but-
can't you just say that? Right? Why does
But
it
don't
have to
say the
be-
club are going to sling the match against Porto because they want to win against Burnley. Just don't
Yeah.
say that.
They tried their best to sling the one in at Porto, didn't they?
No, but
Because
the
they
thing
wanted
is,
to
Rob,
Villa.
you could have used factual evidence. If you said Pereira was asked before the match, which he was, what's more important, the Premier League or Europa League? He literally said the Premier League.
Yeah.
Then you could use that as a better argument. Not the club don't want to play against Villa. Like if you just said the
I've
club are
always said-
prioritizing
I've
Premier
always
League
said,
over
haven't I,
Europa
that
League, I
it's-
can't argue you.
Sorry, mate. I've always said, haven't I, that it's a silly. I don't know why people go on about we're going to concentrate on this one. Like, players go on the football pitch to play football. There's no.
Yeah.
They don't think, oh, I'm not going to run for that ball because I'm concentrating on the Burnley match. You know what I mean? Players don't
And
think.
do you
like
think
that.
these
We'll go
players
on
don't
that.
want to get to a semi-final or a final of a Europe?
Yeah. It's the only thing they're going to have a chance of winning this year, isn't it?
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
When do you realistically think we could win silverware if we don't win this Europa League trophy?
Well, I'll be dead.
Shut up, bro.
Rob, you've gone all sulky, man.
No, I'm doing the analysis to see if we've beaten Villa on
You
aggregate.
even
in the
say
last 4
so.
years.
Still
And
trying
it
to push
doesn't
your
look like
point.
it.
I don't care about your point. I'm giving up. I've given up.
Anyway, let's move on. There's over what we got here, like 460 in the chat.
Where's
Make
likes,
sure you've
guys?
liked, make sure you've subscribed, make sure to check out OK Jerseys for your football shirts. The link's in the chat for you. 53% of you, if you had to pick one goalkeeper, would pick Ortega over Sells.
Oh,
Wow.
that surprised me.
That's
That surprised me.
surprising.
Black
as
magic.
well.
Missed
Ah.
the penalties.
Maybe.
He didn't. Listen, when we had penalties against who was it? The last lot,
Michelin.
Midfield. He didn't save a single penalty, mate.
Didn't need to. Black magic.
No, yeah. Well, I'm just saying he didn't save a single penalty.
This is not ha funny, but notice our last two games, it's been a draw where one team scored both goals. So against Porto, they scored both. Yesterday we scored both goals. We come up with a draw.
Correct yourself. Before I know Rob looks like he's dying to say a stat. Before I do that, we're going to be fact checking the boys on the panel and you lot in the chat. So let's see who called what for the Villa game.
Ooh.
Oh, Ez, Mr.
Ez.
Negativity.
Oh, Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negativity talking he's all positive.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
That's why I said it was a
Negativity.
bonus
Obviously,
point.
Ben was
When I
wrong,
came on, I said
Ben's
it was a
always
bonus
wrong.
point. It's a
What are
bonus
you going to
point,
say to
but-
defend yourself
Oh,
on that one?
you've let us all down there, Ez.
No. I said as soon as I came on, I said it was a bonus point. So now we'll get to 41 points rather than 40 points.
What do you think that's going to stop us? You're trying to come
Yeah,
clean
at least
straight away. You think that's going to stop
At least I
us?
didn't flip flop. I didn't flip flop. I said what I said, and I stuck with it. I said we wouldn't win. I was right. My prediction before we finished the last stream was that we wouldn't win the game.
Oh, you're all doing the Ben impression right now, aren't you? So you're trying to do it. We should have asked Ben about it. But anyway, so
Hey, I
Ez,
got
Mr.
it
Negative.
spot on. I got it
Yeah, me
spot on.
and Rob. Rob, you've been
Yeah,
right
you-
for the first time tonight.
Yeah. Well
Right,
done.
we've not beaten Villa on aggregate in the last 4 years.
So what, Rob?
I know it's
You know,
a different.
this
competition,
season,
yeah.
this season we beat Liverpool on aggregate. Have a look how many times in the past 100 years we've beaten Liverpool on aggregate.
Mm.
No, I just want to know.
Doesn't matter.
I just want to
Villa
know
could come
how
to our
many
place
more
and they
points.
could have an absolute stinker. They could misplace every pass. They could give us a penalty. They could have a man sent off. Woody could
I am
score out.
going on
All these
Thursday
things are
night.
possible.
Are you going? I was going to
I
ask
am
you.
going on Thursday night and I'm spending my £60 or whatever, right? So I do want them to try and win it. Just to be very clear about this.
No, you just want to go there to moan and boo at them.
I know he's going to say, "I told you so." If a worst happens, you'll be happy to say, "I
I'm
told you."
surprised he hasn't mentioned West Ham yet. But let us
They aren't
do-
going down.
Well, let's talk
Who
about
cares?
the
Spurs
relegation
are.
race. Let's give you guys a little update on where things are. So
Hmm.
as things stand with Man U and Leeds to play this
Tonight.
evening, hence why we're going early tonight. We're 16th. We could go 15th if Man U win by a 2-goal margin. But as it stands, with 16th on -12. You got Leeds at 15th, -11 with 33 points. So we're on the same points. West Ham are a point behind us with an inferior goal difference, though, of 17. And the big six, Cartel 6 Spurs, are 18th with a goal difference of -11 and 30 points. Are you thinking we've had a good weekend, an okay weekend, or a crap weekend when you look at the bigger picture as of the relegation fight kind of thing?
It's been a really good weekend, and it could be a great weekend depending on results tonight. Like you said, goal difference wise, we could move up a place, so that would be a bonus again. And that's with us just getting a draw, holding our own at home against, again, I'll repeat, a top 5 team. A team chasing Europe and more than likely going to get Champions League. So I'm happy with it. I think the West Ham, obviously, we would hope that they don't pick up any points, but I'm not worried about them. Spurs are going down. There's no way. If we can get to 36 points, I can't see Spurs getting 6 points from his last 6 games. I just can't see it. The mentality is gone. Even the manager says, I'm not here to change the tactics. I'm here to be their father figure. What the hell? So they've lost it. And you can see it in the mentality of the players. Players coming off crying.
He was injured.
Mate, I watched the
He
Spurs
was
fan last
injured.
night.
I think he's out for
No,
season.
I'm sorry. No, he was embarrassed. Like our goalkeeper was earlier on in the season, man.
I know he's done his MCL and he's about Romero.
Who cares, man?
Yeah.
Romero.
I listened to a fan today, or watched a fan today. Can't remember who it was. It's somebody in the sort of podcast sphere, and he was saying it's the worst they've played this season. Said there was not a single solitary thing. I mean, I didn't see the game. Obviously, I was out.
I watched matches today.
But there was absolutely nothing there. Nothing. They couldn't pass. They couldn't tackle. Like they've been all season. So I never thought that De Zerbi would keep them all. I never thought that. When they hired him, I thought
without a win. 16 games without a win, and we're
106 days.
And they've got Brighton at home next. Well, Brighton are going to tear them a new one. They're going to win
really well.
Yeah, I know.
Brighton second in the form table.
My problem is
they will run rings around them because they can play football. Brighton can. They will run rings around them. The crowd will get on their backs. Romero will probably be crying off because he wants to be in the World Cup. Van der Ven will start kicking people. They're finished. They're done. They're done.
Listen, as I gave an analogy a few weeks ago, that season when we got relegated under Brian Clough, that was obviously the first time I've seen us get relegated. I did not believe we were going to get relegated until that Sheffield United game. I kept thinking, no, we're too good to go down. We're too good to go down. We're not going to go down. And this is the sleepwalking mentality of the Spurs fans. And you can see it, and you've heard it in their comments as well. And you can see it within their fan base. They don't know how to react to this. They've never been in this situation. Yeah, they were hovering around 17th, but they weren't in danger of getting relegated last season because the 3 teams below them were just as bad. Did they lose 22 games last season?
Did they lose 22 losses last season?
Yeah,
I think they've lost 38
now this year, and they're in that. That's the first time we've got into relegation zone all season, isn't it? And
since 2008.
So the thing about Spurs is that I know that game they had with us was meant to be like game of the century, but they've actually got 2 more of those coming up. So if they do not win at Wolves, then they are really in trouble. Now, my only concern is over how Wolves crumbled on Friday night. I can't believe.
Okay, Rob. So they beat Wolves. That's 3 points they've got.
Yeah. Okay, and then they're home to Leeds straight after that. So
they're away to Villa. They're away to Villa next game after that. Away to Villa, then home to Leeds.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if they were going to win at all, it's going to be those 2 games, and that's the problem. That even
would you, Rob? Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I want to stick on this point. Do you really expect, not think, expect Tottenham to beat Leeds at home, where they've won 3 games all season.
Leeds are not great.
No, Leeds aren't great. And at the end of the day, that's a good game for us anyway, whichever way it goes.
I'm not saying I expect one way or the other, but what I'm saying is that if they were going to show up, those are their 2 opportunities. And until we're past those games, I think there's still not a level of confidence that Spurs are going down.
Can I put something else to you? Can I put something else to you, Rob? You're saying, and I understand why you're saying it, that if you look at Spurs fixtures, they're 2 that you would pick out and think, okay, that they're 2 that they would hope to be able to get points from, yeah. But don't you think that's also the case with with the other 3 teams? We've all got 2 or 3 games where you think.
One thing that gives me hope for us is that we're shit against the bottom 3. But I mean, I was looking at those Chelsea and Newcastle fixtures with some trepidation. But both of those teams are
Newcastle are poo in the bed.
Yeah, both of those teams are utter crap at the moment. So I actually have. We're playing them at the right time with Chris Wood coming back. I'd put them both down as losses, I think. But you never know.
Are you saying Spurs are going down or not?
Sorry?
You saying Spurs are going down or not?
I've never believed they're going down. It's something you wish for.
How many points do you think they're going to get in their next? How many games are there? 5?
6 games. 6 games.
There's not enough data on De Zerbi. I think they were pretty unlucky at Sunderland.
Don't worry about De Zerbi. He will have no impact on them.
But
I'm asking you because you said you don't think they're going to go down, correct?
I don't think Spurs are going to go down.
Okay.
It's something you
So
wish
based
for.
on that thinking, tell me how many points. Forget De Zerbi, forget freaking, I don't know, Mike Tyson, whatever. How many points do you think they're going to get?
Well, they've got how many games remaining? 6 games remaining.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably get a point a game somehow. They'll get themselves to 36, and they've got goal difference over us.
Okay, you want some data? Ask me how long it's taken them to get their last 2 points.
Oh, Rob, ask him.
All right. How long is it? Just tell us then.
70 days. Now ask me how many days are left in the Premier League.
No, you tell us.
41.
Yeah, I want to go. Come on, be fair. You can't go on days. You've got to go on games. How many games has it taken them?
How many international breaks do we have in those 70
6
days?
points. Their last 6 points. How many games has it taken them?
Bro,
they're terrible, Rob. They're really bad.
Their last win was in December.
It's a mentality.
I know, last year. Yeah.
They got a point against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they got a point
I don't
against
think we're
Burnley.
too far in a disagreement here, but whereas you've got confidence in Spurs, I've got just hope. Okay. I think that the problem is that Wolves game, I was so disappointed with Wolves West Ham on Friday night.
Mate.
Sorry?
It was West Ham, though. Come on.
Well, I know, but they just crumbled.
Until West Ham scores.
Wolves are bottom of the table. They're getting relegated. They've been relegated for ages. Why are you bothered about their performance against West Ham?
Because
honestly,
I watched the whole game and it was horrible.
Things to be negative about. I really don't get it. I'm not going to be like that, mate. I'm sorry. This season's been so tight. Yeah,
but look, the thing about Tottenham is they've obviously got this hoodoo over them of not winning this year or whatever, right? So what I'm saying is that who would you really like to play right now if you're Tottenham? Wolves.
No, you'd like to play Tottenham. If you get
Tottenham.
You
know what? Wolves fans are licking their lips, mate. Don't worry, we're getting these
about it that way around.
If they don't beat Wolves, they are probably odds on to go down. Let's get that one out of the way.
That Wolves.
That Molyneux.
Is that Wolves? So how did they do in the home game?
They
didn't win it. Yeah. So they can't even beat them at home, mate.
And Paulinho scored in the last second and whipped his shirt off celebrating.
That's right. I remember now, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. It would not surprise me one bit if Wolves turn them over 1-0. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Well, I was hoping for that on Friday night, and they were pretty far from that.
Yeah, but to be fair, and I don't like saying anything about West Ham because you start gloating. But to be fair, the fight exhibited by West Ham and the quality of West Ham's defence is another universe compared with Tottenham. Huh?
That Mavropanos is a really good player.
They
Hey,
shouldn't
mate, so
be down
the
here.
other guy that I wanted, and you lot laughed your heads off at me. Laughed your heads off at me.
That's
And he's
What
been
exactly?
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because their problem was like Kilman and the other guy.
Yeah.
They had a crap defense, but now their defense is really good.
So that's what I'm saying. So them beating Wolves is no guarantee that Tottenham are going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll also say West Ham's running is pretty hard, man. They got Palace away
Yeah,
on Monday.
I think it's the hardest.
It's going to be the first weekend where we play before West Ham for God knows how long, because they play on Monday.
Okay.
So we have to beat
right.
Burnley. We have to be
And we have to beat Burnley, regardless of what anybody else does. We have to win that game. Of our last home games,
It's not a must win, though.
No, but out of our last home games, I think that's the most winnable one. I think like I said, I think we'll only have one more win away from.
Well, no, Burnley is must win. And
No, you said earlier on. You said we can't lose to Porto because we'd be out. We can lose to Burnley, and we're still in the Premier League. You said it yourself.
I know, but it still must win. It is must win. Anyway, right, I've got to jump across onto Potts' channel to cook Deji properly. So I'm going to send you guys over there. I don't choke on my pizza. So thank you for tuning in. If you want to see some real cooking, Deji's being shameless as well, apparently.
He can't be.
He is.
He can't be.
He's saying they're going to beat Villa, man. He's in trouble tonight, I'll tell you that much. So
You
I'm going to
got
send you guys over there.
Thursday, next score Friday, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you liked, make sure you subscribed, make sure to check out OK Jerseys. The code and link is in the description, and I'll see you over on Potts' channel, Football's 12th Man, in just a second. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.
You Reds.